Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your bonus reading for this month, and I'm going to start by pulling some symbols. Okay, this is a prison, I think. I thought it was a tower, but now I remember this is a prison. By the way, if you're new here, I am Divine Light, and if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel to be here, and you can also hit the bell so you never miss a video. And we have here Gefängnis. This is prison, I think. And there's like, you know, the crocodiles or maybe even alligators surrounding it, circling it. Let's see what this means for you. There's a house. All right, guys. This is so clear to me. Maybe there's something in the dark you think is actually like a prison, that you're choosing something that you're familiar with, but you're avoiding something that is unfamiliar to you. This unfamiliar thing is a house for you. It's a home. It's a place that you'll feel safe, but you might be choosing a prison that you're accustomed to rather than choosing something that is new to you. Okay, the Capricorn, because you're an earth sign, you're grounded, yes, but you also like your habits. As the goat is your symbol, goat is really stubborn creatures. They are really stubborn. Doesn't mean it's bad or good. It means that there are times that there are certain things, maybe you need to change your perspective. Takes you a while to do that. Okay, so I feel like here you might be choosing, there's a term for that, but I forgot the specifics. Familiar prison compared to an unfamiliar home. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else we have here. And there's an expectancy here. Maybe somebody inside the house is expecting you. Maybe there's somebody who's wanting you to come to them. This can be, some of you might be actually like thinking about a relationship, and or like trying to stay in a relationship that feels like a prison rather than going to a house that you're being expected and desired. Another thing here, it can be also applicable to relationships, a business, a job, or like an environment that you're in, okay? This can be even like, you need to start looking for the future, a new adventure, to a new horizon, and start planning for like we have the giraffes in this picture, which I love. 3 giraffes. Can be an environment. That 3 Pentacles, 3 is a partnership that you can bring together like-minded people, and giraffe indicates like having a tall length, is having a higher perspective about how the things are going to play out. So I feel like maybe you need to just zoom out a little bit from the space that you're in and start to see if there's a better option available, because it seems like there is some for you. Let's see what's happening inside the coffee cup. I see there's a chunk of money showing up on the outside. It's a small one. Some of you might be getting a small desire, or like a little, I see it seems like a glove here. Glove kind of reminds me of the oven mitt. This one, oven mitt, I think. So what happens there is you use that to not burn yourself. So some of you might have actually put your hand in the fire in the past, and it seems like there is something coming to you, but you need to, again, get outside your comfort zone and explore something different in order to get that oven mitt and try it on, okay? So it's not really too far away. It's not really on the bottom of here, the cup. It's like right outside of your comfort zone. So if you can get outside and explore it, you will get to it. What we have here is, I see, okay, this kind of looks like thumbs, these two, okay? Kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever, kind of looks like also ovaries as well. You know, like when you're giving fingerprints in when you're entering into a country with visa, that kind of reminded me of that. Or when you're doing a visa application, this kind of reminded me of that. Maybe some of you, you can look at the dog's face here. It's not happy. It looks like a golden. Maybe some of you planning to travel with a pet you have, and that's why the pet is not happy. But either way, you're going to take the risk here. And this kind of requires a process. I don't know if you ever went to somewhere with a visa. It's like a really dragged out process for some countries especially. And I feel like here, some of you taking that chance, that can be you exploring something outside your comfort zone, okay? And that might require a little diligence, preparing the paperwork like very carefully. I see here there's a snake right there, snake scaring the dog. I don't know if the dogs are scared of the snake. I know cats are not, but I see the dog is scared. So you might be dealing with like a negative authority over you, or someone trying to maybe change your mind in a very like a scary way. Either way that you're taking the chance. These two, we can also see them as like shooting stars. This can be like two desires also coming and appearing. If you take this as ovaries, it's about cooking, guys. Cooking, not in the sense of like literally on the stove. It's about creating something, bringing something to this earth. But what happens in there is like you actually need like 9 months process to bring, really bring it to fully into functional size. Okay, so it doesn't have to be taking 9 months, but if this is a project that you want it to last for 9 months, or you want it to be ready in the ninth month from now, you need to start cooking. Even though the golden retriever can be, we have another dog here too. I don't know the type of this dog, but it's a very cute one. So even though someone loyal to you right outside your door, protecting you when you're expecting the things to come, or when you are heading towards like your desired place where you're desired, you need to start planting the seeds today. Okay, because if you wait, if this is like, maybe it's a sign, it's going to take like 40 weeks, that it's going to take another 40 weeks, or it's going to take from the day you start, it's going to take 40 weeks. Okay, 40 weeks is the terminology for a pregnancy. They don't tell you like it's going to take 9 months. They just count by week. Okay, I see here there's a face with nose, someone with like a little dot nose right there. Kind of looks like an older lady, like her teeth are a little like starts to, I think, like go away maybe. She has a big curly hair. This can be, I want to say, like an activist, because she has many thoughts in her mind. This can be a really empowered woman. It can be someone from the historical pages that has a good information for you, because you're crying right there, just going into this person's mind or in front of them to get some advice. This can be like, I want to say maybe like a Rosa Parks, Maya Angelou. It can be someone like you can actually read about them, or read what they have done, read what they have written in order to get the advice. Okay. And Maya Angelou has a lot of great advice, basically. Or this can be someone that you know, maybe a grandmother or a neighbor, or someone who has wisdom, though. That's the important part, because she has a lot of, but she has also holes in her head. So I'm going to say this person might be, if they're close to you, they might be someone, they have a lot of good life experience, but they're also maybe starting to lose those. And before maybe they lose, you can go ahead and grab some of that. Another thing come to me as an idea. I don't know if you have like maybe a grandma who has experienced like certain timelines. Maybe like I keep thinking like historical, the 70s, like 60s and 70s, maybe those eras, like those rebellion times. Maybe they have experiences, they have stories, knowledge. Maybe it's time to grab them before they get lost. Maybe it's a book idea for some of you. I know it's very specific, but yeah, it can take 9 months. Why not? I see here there's a coin appearing, Ace of Pentacles, and there's an angel above it. The angel is throwing you, I don't know what this is. Is it like a little bird? But really aggressively. So I feel like coin, the Ace of Pentacles, can be money. It can be representative of a new idea, a new home, new car, a new vehicle, or something of a new means of income. The thing is, though, the angel above it just throwing you a bird. So this can come, the idea can come to you in a very aggressive way. Okay, so maybe like if you're locked inside of like a mental prison right now, someone might really nudge you in a way that is maybe even forceful. Okay. So what happened, because Capricorn, like I said, the goat energy is a little stubborn energy, maybe because you want to expand, you want to create different things, but maybe you're having a hard time to take action, because it means that you need to go outside your comfort zone. That's why this angel is throwing you something forcefully. Maybe this information is going to come to you, and you might have to take care of a paperwork. You might have to go somewhere, talk to someone, maybe as like an assignment. And then you're going to see that everything's going to start to unfold. Okay. Let's dive into this. Is like towards the end of the month, so watch out for the advice coming forward. I see a man's face here. I'm going to show it closer, but this kind of looks like an axe. You might be dealing with a person in that situation when you enter into there. There's someone actually being a little nosy because they're leaning towards you. You can see nose, goatee, smiley face. They have like this crown, kind of reminds me of those Roman Caesar's crowns that they're wearing. So this can be someone nosy, but like I told you, this person looks like a sharp axe. What they can do, if you can utilize their power, there's a turtle here too. A turtle, maybe they're offering you a turtle, can be a home for you or like a temporary place that you can occupy. This person can be the axe that cuts things up and or shape things. Okay, it will really depend on how you let them approach, where your boundaries are. They can destroy something or they can build something, but your attitude is going to be really important here. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. Another thing with this axe person, this can be someone who is sharp like axe, like a sword's energy, but a little bit more primitive maybe, because swords represent someone sharp in the mind. But King of Swords, for example, is someone who's very stoic, very like a cool, calm, cool, collected, but a little bit also cocky, kind of like because they know it all. This can be someone who's a little bit more like flexible, maybe not in the sense of flexible, but they might not be that like nose up in there. What is that? Cocky. I don't think they have that cocky attitude. The thing is, the desire you have is coming quite fast. It's forming a bell here. This can be something that is going to really wake up inside of you, or it can also something that is going to wake up a lot of people. Maybe you're helping a community, or your voice is going to be something to, deserve to be heard by others, and also helping others. Okay, I see here there's like a person, again a man. You can see the head again, the face is this time this way, but the sharp head again shows up here. And I tell you, there's a dog. This dog kind of looks like the dog that on the card I see. This can be someone. They're showing within the 4th week of the month. This is like the 3rd and the 4th week. I calculate it that way. No, this is not the mid-month actually, but we can say it that way too. This is someone also like they're changing their mind, their sharp side all the time as well, because the sharpness on their behind. And this person is expecting you, or maybe they want you to come forward, because they are going to, maybe I told you, they're opening up their house for you. They're expecting you. They want you to come so they can help you. Like they're going to give you a hand with the things that you are doing. Okay. Let's see what tarot has to say. Let's dive into the tarot now. If you haven't seen the mid-monthly reading, I give timelines in those ones, okay? Let's see. We're going to look into your situation now. Your energy, the situation, and how the things are going to play out. You are the hermit. You need to tap into the hermit energy, meaning this is about like, maybe it's time to stop thinking and start like not in the sense of stop taking action. I'm sorry, I just got reversed. Stop taking action and start to contemplate and quiet your mind. Take a minute, okay? Instead of just being going with what you know. Hermit suggests that go deep dive. Go have a deep dive inside of yourself. He has 3 dogs here too, and you have an innate inner knowledge and wisdom, and that wisdom is gonna guide you. Do not make your decisions through habit or fear, or maybe even if somebody's trying to scare you, or intimidation. Okay, don't make your decisions from that angle. Four of Swords, basically the same energy here, coming with the minor arcana here. He's meditating here. He's connecting with the divine, with the stars, his wishes and desires, and maybe asking the divine, how can I make this happen? Hermit is actually, when you get the information, you can become a spiritual teacher vibe here. Truth with the Four of Swords is you really dive deeper. Even if you are the light for others, even if through this journey you become the light for others, you still keep going with actually searching the answers within rather than looking outside. Okay, another one we're gonna have here is Seven of Swords. I'm going to interpret this in a way that, because it has two meanings. First, because they are on top of the snakes, you might be dealing with a sneaky enemy that you should be careful about. Another thing, because there's so many thinking people here, this can be, it says doubt. You need to think things differently. You need to change your perspective, because what happens in the Seven of Swords, we see a man, he's stealing the swords before the war, before the dawn. So he ends the bloodshed without fighting. Okay, that's one thing. That's a strategy that he applies. Okay, because he cannot maybe afford to go to war, so he just settles. That's another thing. Maybe you need to consider other options available before you jump into this adventure here. Okay, I said here there's an adventure, but I feel like maybe this is actually your prison, because this is followed by the Eight of Swords. Maybe before you actually get outside of this mental entrapment, you need to really contemplate, is it worth the fight to get out there, or should I just sneak out of there? Okay, this can be about I heard I think it was Lisa Nichols. She's a spiritual teacher. She was in the movie Secret. And she says through relationships, though, she learned that you cannot always fight with someone and end the relationship. Sometimes you need to have a strategy to get out of there. Unfortunately, this can happen, okay? And I feel like if you're in that kind of a situation, you need to start developing a strategy for you. Okay, the conflict, the situation is, there's a conflict here. This can be also a conflict of interest, or rather people than trying to have peaceful resolution, they just like the situation is actually getting more and more intense. Okay, let's see one more. But it is going to start accelerating too. It's not going to be stagnant. The conflict is going to be there, but also there's going to be movement happening with the situation at hand. And it seems like with the Magician, why do I keep seeing cat, the same cat? Okay, so many cats here. You see the volcano erupting again here, erupting. This is the Alchemist. Actually, this is not the Magician. I'm sorry. This is the Temperance. Through balance, through maybe even successful compromise, that something that is going to bring more than what you're letting go is going to really start to work out for you. I'm going to see, like, the situation is going to turn into something that you can really balance the scales, okay? How it's going to play out, Two of Cups is your heart's desire. If this is about a negotiation of some sort, it seems like you're going to get the exchange that you desire. This is something that is compatible. That is something that you will approve, you will appreciate. We have Ace of Cups here. Yes, it is going to end up in a way this is going to also bring emotional satisfaction, an emotional new structure, maybe even a new outlook in the things. Another thing with the Ace of Cups is it's not only love, it can be a romance, a new romantic relationship forming out of this conflict, and maybe something that some things that are really becoming through the conflict really passionate and then balanced. But also this can be for example, instead of maybe focusing on the material outcome, you focus on the journey and adventure, and the love and the feelings of that good stuff will actually start to make things work out in the best possible way. We have here the Knight of Pentacles. It seems like, yes, it is going to turn out. It's going to come fast. The things are going to align fast, and it's going to also, it's not going to finish and just, you're not going to finish and get over it. It can also help you plant seeds for the future. It can even turn into something that can last for a long time, okay? But the thing is, this is diligent work, okay? Both sides, or if there's another side is involved, or with your effort, the things are going to, if there's not a different party here, if you're only one working on a project, it seems like your efforts are going to bring the stars, many of them, which stars symbolize wish fulfillment, okay? What do we have here? Leaves, renewal, revival, progress. And I feel like this is also progress energy with the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands here. So leaves require, yes, they renew themselves every year, okay? Every year round. In some places, maybe twice a year. They always renew themselves. So it seems like there is a new renewal happening in your life as well. You need to just try to see things from that angle. We have a pine tree, vitality, longevity, perseverance. So this is going to be a long-term change. Even though I told you this is going to take you outside your comfort zone, it's not going to be also a fleeting thing. It is going to last for a long time. I don't know if you ever seen a pine cone, guys, but this big pine cone, in between these little gaps, it has the seeds of the pine cone. And like in each little gap in there, I saw one the other day when I was walking on the street. If I can come across one, I'll bring it here to show to you. So what happens there is the pine cone actually comes with maybe like the seeds of 20, 30 trees. Okay, so it means that vitality, that's where the longevity comes from. So whatever that you're doing, it is producing 10 different seeds with it. Okay, if you're helping one person, it's bringing 10 others to you. For example, we have an altar, gratitude, releasing burdens. This can be something you can create. It's a very good picture here. You can just take a look at it. Or mentally create in your mind a center of gratitude that you can keep going back there. And every time you feel burdens on your back, you can keep remembering the things that you feel grateful for. That can really relieve the weight of those stuff. What else? We have roots, healthy pattern, early growth. So it seems like you see the pentacle right there on the bottom of the tree. Pentacle, ace of pentacles. We have like a precious rock here, kind of look like citrine. This kind of look like citrine. Citrine crystal is the crystal of wealth and abundance, guys. So it seems like here some of you are planting the seeds of long-term wealth, and it's gonna grow, but requires for all the roots, all the organic things as we see here, it will require some due diligence, okay? Doing some work. Let's see your final message here. I'm going to pull a spell, incantation, or a natural remedy of some sort. Let's see what we have here. It says attracting love sachet. We have all the love and affection cards here. And this can be what you would love to do as well, what you would love to have in your life as well. It can be a partner too, why not? As a keeper of sacred spaces, I safeguard their purity and infuse them with positive energy, drawing the gentle allure of love. Okay, so you can also be careful with the spaces that you're entering in, and when you're entering into special space or somewhere that you enjoy, you can also keep that intention in mind that you're purifying the energy and bringing love to the places that you enter into. What you can do here is 1 whole dried bay leaf, dried rose petals, 1 apricot pit, 1 dried apple slice, uncooked barley. Okay, you bring all of these together. Write on the bay leaf, healthy love and traction find me. Feel free to also write your name. Slowly place all the ingredients into a small sachet bag, visualizing a healthy, loving relationship while you add them. Tie off the sachet bag and carry it with you. You can put it in your purse, or maybe you can like put it in your little altars like that if you have a corner for yourself, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.